And allegedly, the owner, who would be the only other person having access to this. I say allegedly for any, but attach that word to something and you're in the clear. I think he's changed the password and typed in a bulletin, which makes it look like it's in his wording representing the workers. It says, "We know it's not the owner's fault. It's okay." This is also a place to communicate with us for donations and things like that. And
we no longer have access to it.
And yeah, we don't have access, so people are going to need to use a different email.
We're working on starting a new page just for our collective. And as soon as we get that up and running, we're going to spread the word about that and say no more Gourmet Perks page.
Yeah, but the Gourmet Perks page is down. My phone number, which is already in the paper, so it's area code 253-740-3618. And I've been taking calls. I prefer if people don't call me before noon, but honestly, I'll take calls any time of day.
What paper was it in today?
Asheville Citizen Times, today's paper on the front page of the B section.
Front page of the B section. So get a paper from today. Front page of the B section. This would be a good opportunity for someone who wanted to invest some money and become a worker owner themselves.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, it's a great opportunity if, especially, you're looking for this, or if some people are monstrously wealthy and believe something like this wouldn't happen, but hope that it might be a tax write-off as a failure. So even that, there's all kinds of options. I'm just putting that out there for the skeptics with money, because if it works, you still get to pay off your taxes because you're seeing a return on your investment.
But if a failure is required, you'll do whatever it takes.
No.
Okay.
It's a bad joke.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you. Okay. Now my spider senses tell me that it's getting much closer.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Okay.
Please. Thanks.
There we go. And we have sugar in there. And we have lovely artificial sweetness.
Ooh.
Isn't that fancy?
1 month for me.
One lump or two?
One.
Just one.
Just one. Cautious. Yes, we've put many a babbling idiot out the door after 2 or 3 lumps. Well, this is so delightful. As a matter of fact, I want to recommend, if y'all would care to, try to drop in once every week or two, something like that, and keep us posted. Keep us posted. Give us an update on that, because the whole idea of coming up with another workers collective, and it's an Asheville kind of thing. It
is an Asheville kind of thing, and honestly, this is something that's been on my mind before. I was the most recent hire at Gourmet Perks, and before that happened, I've been getting really fed up with the way the worker abuse I've seen in this town, the fact that this is a right-to-work state, of which...
All right, let me, you go ahead.
All right. Oh, there are 22 right-to-work states in America, and that's not cool. That means you can't have unions. That doesn't recognize unions, and workers don't really have rights. Service workers... there's no real, what are we protected under? It's not very clear, because we're such kind of a new sector. When things like the Railway Act and the National Labor Act were being written, restaurant workers weren't that much of a factor as they are now.
So very interesting.
So, anyway.
Anyhow, I want to know more.
Well, yeah, it's wrong. This is a service-based economy. Without the workers, what are you going to do for the tourists? It's a town full of boutiques and restaurants. Seriously, you have these people that come from out of town and say, "Look at this pretty little mountain town. I'm going to turn a buck off that." That's not what Asheville is. Anybody that actually is watching right now knows that's not what Asheville is. That's not why you came here. That's not why you decided to raise kids here, if that's what you're doing. But you didn't come here to go to Starbucks. You didn't come here to get anything from Staples. You didn't even come here for the Ingles. You came here because you like...
Not even you, Bob.
Not even
you.
You came here for the music. You came here for the independently owned businesses, for the art, the artists, the free thinkers, if you will, which Asheville has historically been full of. You know? And if you're new to town and you've got money and you're watching this because you're like, oh, hey, this is a neat little mountain town, help us. Don't work against us. Don't get a condo. Don't push us out of our homes. I used to live downtown. I can't afford it now. And you know, it's
long since passed.
and you know what's funny is the violent crime in Asheville. I mean, I'm sure this is partly the economy, but you can even look in the paper. There have been more sexual assaults and robberies and murders reported. And I'm not saying that we were some great security force, but when it was us wandering the streets of downtown at night, those things weren't happening.
If they were, we were taking care of it.
Which one of you would
Absolutely.
like to talk to Randini, a potential investor? And okay, take it outside and take notes, get his phone number and stuff so you can get back up with it.
Hey, I'm just give me just 1 second.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Wow. There we go.
Ooh.
Look at that. You should slide down and kind of take her spot. This will give you time to talk to. Scoot your chair up.
Not
and
nearly as good as talking.
No, scoot it up closer.
But
Closer to the mic.
see what I can do.
There we go. How long have you been working at the?
I was the third longest tenured employee there. I was there for about 10 months.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's a lot of turnover.
It is a lot of turnover, and the people who stuck around are the people who were willing to work at this place for hardly any money at all.
Right.
And you know, we just loved that place so much that we were willing to do it just to keep that place open.
You had some good bands through, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I had about 15 shows a month. I did most of the scheduling.
Who was your favorite? Who were some of your favorite bands?
Oh, there's just so many.
And were they always local bands?
Oh no, we had bands from as far away as Australia, from Sweden, from everywhere, Mexico, you name it.
Well, if you get open back up, maybe you'll drop in every week or whenever you're going to have a show, you'll drop in and tell us, oh, look, we got a band from Australia next week.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Like this
something
wasn't
that.
just some garage band, oh, let's have a show in a little coffee shop. These were nationally touring bands. You know? You know?
Well, I
Just
saw
really talented people sharing
I saw
their music.
Nevada there.
Nevada.
And you know, because Nevada, we do Nevada on Mount Dungeon and stuff.
JJ.
Jackson?
Yeah. You'll have to wait.
JJ, this probably means we won't have coffee Saturday. See, there's a serious, there's a somber edge to this whole thing, and that is that reality's breaking apart on us here. Okay, so your reality's breaking apart. Our Saturday coffee is very important to us.
Oh, I know how important it was.
Yeah, and so
I believe I made the rap for whoever that rap was for each week.
Yeah, I was the one that still got a rap.
That was you?
That was me.
I was making it.
All right. Well, henceforth we'll get together.
Make you some sandwiches.
Yeah, we miss that, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Apparently, the owners decided that the little plug or whatever at the end of the show wasn't worth it business-wise to them, you know.
Yeah, that was their call.
But actually, Mount Dungeon does get a lot of good press. You know,
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm
a
sure
good-
tons of people watch it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's a very good show.
Do you have cable TV? I bet you don't.
Don't
Okay.
believe it or not.
Yeah, but you've never seen this show, have you?
Never seen this show.
Exactly. And you know what? Almost everybody I know doesn't have cable TV. You know, I don't know anybody.
Imagine that.
I do, I
Poor
know-
people in Asheville.
I know a few people with cable TV, but it's very few. And of the people that make the shows around here and who work here, almost nobody has cable TV. So that's just. Oh my goodness! we've let it run late. I forgot to set the alarm clock. It's time for the 420 roll. Did you know we have a 420 roll?
Do you?
Oh, you don't know because you've never seen the show before. Oh no, huh? Oh yeah, we have a.
Could you?
It's time for the 420 roll. I know you're glad that you're here in time for the 420 roll.
Pretty excited.
Yeah. But we're real late. See, it's almost 5. So here it is, a extremely belated 420 roll. Yeah, but I got so involved with talking to y'all about that stuff that I forgot what I was doing. And I'm gonna do this one again because this has become one of my most popular 420 rolls. And I'm gonna turn our microphones down, and I'm gonna turn the microphone up on this so you can hear it, and the TV up on this.
Uh, 420 reel, right?
Roll.
Roll, 420 roll. Okay, good.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer.
Always, Cry Theater and Crowded 5.
Watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on URTV. To get interesting, eccentric, philosophical presentations and artwork by Judson Laird, which is manipulated using interesting graphic art techniques. You're watching the 420 roll.
Can you see it? There's stuff. Your cold sores will go away. Put on a happy face. Your cold sores will go away. Put on a happy face. 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 Your cold sores go away. Put on a happy face. Cold sores go away. Put on a happy face. 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 Put on a happy face.
good. Say you're watching the 420 roll.
You're watching the 420 roll.
Right.
What is that?
We are YUK, and you're watching the 420 roll.
You see what I mean?
Which one would you like me to play first?
You're all right. You're good. Go for it.
It's the Roy Orbison 80s guy lookalike. Oh man, I'm feeling kinda dizzy. Peel me off the floor, come on, get busy. Now I'm feeling a little bit nauseous. I had too much to drink, now y'all be cautious. I'm all alone by the porcelain throne. I need some water, maybe a doctor. Where's the bathroom? Get out of my way. Here's the kitchen sink. I hope that was okay. I'm sorry, I'll clean up this mess. In the kitchen, living room, dining room, and all the rest of the house. I'm all alone by the porcelain throne. That's the toilet. I need some water, maybe a doctor. I'm sorry, I walked right through that screen door, and my head made that big hole in the wall. And about stepping in all that doggy do, and smeared it in the carpet of every room. I'm all alone by the porcelain throne. I need some water, maybe a doctor. As a slightly shortened version.
Is that your guitar?
stirred.
And we're back.
Hey!
All right. Well, we are indeed back. All right. So. But you were out of town for a while, weren't you? You just left.
Oh, well, yeah, I actually did leave for a couple of years. Went out to, had a brief foray in Chicago, decided that was a bad idea, and then hung out in Seattle for a while. Went on tour with a punk band I was in, and then,
What band?
Until It's Dead, which is now dead.
All right.
Careful what you name your band. And then sobered up in New Orleans, of all places, and came back to
Such an
Asheville.
alcohol city, New Orleans.
Oh, well, there you go. If anything's gonna push you into sobriety, it's that. I mean, I've been back for like a little more than a year now. Still teetotaling.
Well, good. I have the tea.
Excellent.
Indeed. We have to figure out what I'm going to play on the background. I want to use one of mine.
What you thinking about, Chris?
This would
What I'm
be
gonna do tonight?
Rock out.
Watch Care Bears.
Fair.
You do not have the Care Bears.
I found the Care Bears VHS in Cody's old room.
So, I want to watch that too. Yeah, that's how I
It's
feel
probably
about those
actually
guys.
just porn. They taped over.
Oh. Sad.
It's okay.
You're back on with that. You have a new background. See?
That's so awesome.
All right. Well,
I'm
see
so
what you've been
confused.
missing by not seeing the Mad Scientist Tea Party.
I don't know. what
So
I'm
did
thinking.
you find the conversation good with Randy?
I found it great with Randy, and I'm gonna give him a call later. He was just a wonderful guy to talk to. Seems really interested in helping, and he's just like, well, you can come meet me in my office, or I'll come to you. Give me a call when you can. Like, he was just so easygoing and sweet and really gung ho. So
He's a great
Feel good
guy.
about that.
He's a great guy. He's a pretty genuine guy, and he's been a regular on the Tea Party for a while until he got real busy a few months ago. We've not seen him for a while because he's been remodeling a house. But before that, we used to see him. He used to try to drop in at least once a week, and usually made it.
sweet.
And he's also a real smart boy. So
Excellent. Yeah, no, I look forward to sitting down with him and all that.
Well, all right. Well, wonders never cease. Well,
Hey, yeah, that's awesome.
don't get
That's what's on my mind right now.
don't get your hopes up because expectations are set up for disappointment.
There's one thing I've learned living in Asheville, seeing this happen over and over and over again, is not to get my hopes up, but you know what?
Just let it happen.
I'm just gonna let it happen, and I haven't felt this good about the solidarity of community in a long time. I've had some, we've gotten some phone calls from people that I'm kind of like, you're coming out of the woodwork, so I'm pretty pleased to see that. Like,
Well, if you do this, are you considering having a wobbly staff? Are you considering?
Definitely.
Very much.
Definitely in here.
it's definitely on our minds, especially
Definitely.
two of our fellow workers / collective members are Boston kids, and
Oh, yeah.
very, very much from the.
And are they already card
Wobbly.
carriers or not?
I don't
They're
know.
just aware.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
something we have been thinking about for quite some time.
Well,
even
as you-
before it closed.
As you know, and the Wobblies are aware of it too. Working in a restaurant and for what you get paid, it's hard to come up with enough spare cash to eat and pay your union dues, and they're very aware of that, and they make allowances and everything. We have a whole bunch of students here.
Stop stealing my spoon.
Huh? Spoon thief.
Excuse me.
Oh,
We'll talk about
you
that
should
later.
try some of the. You haven't tried some of the new. It should be.
no.
It's PG Tips. It's pretty much the hot tea and the Brits like.
There's your Flim Flam and Spoon. Oh, the orange cut Pico Black.
I think it is.
Ooh, look at that color.
It's
That is a handsome tea. It's a nice shade.
oh yeah.
No, I'm very interested in the wobbly presence because unionizing, as particularly service workers, has been on my mind in this town. I mean, well, really anywhere, but it gets pretty ridiculous. I mean, there are some places in town that will actually pay their workers in booze and let them run tabs, and you get a check that says 00. And I feel really lucky that I'd already grappled with those issues, so I was like, I'd like it if you paid me in money for my time, as opposed to marked up alcohol. But I mean, that's a common story. Or people that never have filled out tax information that gets taxes taken out of their checks, and there's no social security number on the check. I mean, all kinds of things. Or like when the Asheville Independent Restaurant Organization really lobbied in Raleigh to cut server wages. We got no notice when our wages got cut. We just got drastically smaller checks, and going from $3.35 an hour to $2.13. I know that doesn't sound like a lot to much people, but that extra $60 every 2 weeks really, helped me. What's it called? Eat. Yeah. That was the term I was looking for.
Right. See, most people don't know it, but see, I'm in the same bracket that y'all are, and so.
Oh yeah. Maybe I like eating.
Yeah, there's several things that this will be. Oh, you like what your hair? The monk said it would do weird things with your hair.
Yeah.
And it is. Every now and then there's a flash of color coming through your hair. Sometimes it all matches, and then again it could be something different.
Well, my mom always said I was the poster child for the acid baby, so there you go.
All right. All right. So did your mother eat acid when you were born? When you were?
Not when I was born, but I grew up on Dead Tour, so you can.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I had a friend who used to like to brag that he had been conceived on mescaline. That and his parents had told that to him. I mean, as he grew up, they let him know that.
I mean, some women know the minute that the minute contact is made, they're like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
It's like that. My mom claims that to me. I don't believe her personally, but my aunt was like, oh, I knew with both my girls when I was. Yeah. But I personally have not done any breeding myself, so I don't really know.
What would you know?
What would I know? I have not pushed any humans the size of watermelons out of my body.
That's right. You don't know it, but I've been concerned for some time, back since the Vincent Sear days, that you took me all wrong in the Vincent Sear days. I think you had a completely.
I took everything wrong. I was blacked out drunk most of the time. It's like do things at the ACRC and get this done, and then be so heartbroken and so freaked out and just upset that it's like drink, and not everybody has that same problem where some people can stop. But it's like I was young and mean, and I hope you didn't take me wrong.
So how long now?
Hey, by the way, do you still have the pictures of my face being all purple from when the APD knocked my?
I don't know.
Knocked my tuchus. I don't know if I can say.
Maybe in a box.
But do you remember I'm talking about my eye was swollen shut and my whole
maybe
face
somewhere in a box.
Thanks, APD.
Was that for the march? Was it or what?
No, that was a couple weeks after the Sanctity of Marriage rally debacle, where the sheriff's department decided to beat up a bunch of sweet small queer people who were actually complying with police things at that point. You can probably still look it up in the AGR archives though. That whole.
Where are the AGR archives?
I think agr.org probably would have stuff like that. I don't know how how organized it is. I haven't been involved in a long time. I'm gonna try this tea now.
Oh, yeah.
Super good.
So have you seen the AGR TV show?
No, and I really want to. I don't actually have a TV.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Some people don't have cable, and an amazing number of people also don't have TVs.
DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a computer. I watch movies on.
Yeah. Well, you can go. They're my friend on MySpace, and you can go to their website and you can see like this week's show.
Cool.
Hey there, come on in. Come on in.
Space?
Got
Please,
3.
please. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. We'll get mostly the back of your head.
It's all right.
And how are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
What kind of tea do you have today?
Well, this is oolong from Wuyi Mountain in China, and that's peachy tips over there. They're both good teas.
I'm gonna try this one.
Okay.
Good call.
It is good. It's good, isn't
It
it?
is really good.
Yeah, see, I serve a good cup of tea.
Oh, you absolutely do. You know, my granny would love that.
Exactly. That's what I want. I want your granny to be able to come and sit down at my tea table and take and every now and then someone's granny comes. And at first you might guess they're a little on edge, you know, and they're not too sure about this guy, you know, and some of the other people sitting around him. But I have seen this happen. I serve them a cup of tea and they're very cautiously, you know, they're like and they go, that's a nice cup of tea, and they settle right in. It's like that. It communicates. It communicates beyond words or address.
It's calming too. My auntie always said, you know, your world is falling apart around you. You make yourself a cup of tea. But, you know, I should bring my granny down. Get her down from up north. She's a crazy old Scottish woman. She might put you a little.
Oh, no,
she's great.
Oh no, there's nothing. What clan?
McInnes and Mary.
McInnes.
Yeah, MacInnes.
Okay.
I'm the first gen born here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess they have a tartan and all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, and then your history is just beaten into you if you're the first American pup. You know, so you're gonna learn these dances and put on this itchy wool stuff and
did you learn the
it's
dances?
summertime. Yeah, I stopped doing that when I was like 7 or 8, and they also, you know, when I sometimes.
Did you get to
Sometimes I talk funny when I'm flustered.
Did you get to carry a dagger?
No, they generally don't give small children daggers in my family.
Man.
Perhaps a little nip when you need to get asleep, you know, or you're a little sick. Put a little nip in your tea and it puts you down and deals with your cold. But that's different.
No, that's.
Do you go to the
I'll
Highland
tell you
Games?
what. I can put you.
Oh
I
yeah,
can
we went to the Highland Games every year.
I can get you on if you'll swap teacups and put yourself down here, and then you'll be on the edge of the camera. See?
Yes, I would not miss the yearly opportunity to see sweaty, red-faced, large Scotsmen in kilts tossing telephone poles around. It is phenomenal.
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot more.
The caber tosses. I mean, it really is just like you guys are just like chucking foam balls at each other. Damn.
Well, they like to throw a lot of big, heavy things around, including one another.
Exactly.
They
well, you know.
toss. It seems to be a whole lot of tossing heavy things going on.
Well, I mean, you know, that's part of what it is about being a Scot is, you know, you knock each other around, throw each other around, and then you're still, then you're even better friends after you've bloodied each other up a bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Good night of drinking with a Scot, you'll have the marks to prove it.
That's true. That's true. That's true. What have you been doing?
I'm working on short films, putting them all into a 30-minute piece because I don't have any shorts that are. I have one that's long enough, so I'm taking all these other shorter ones and putting them together.
Let's grab this.
What's your name?
Katie.
Katie, I'm Jasmine.
Hi.
Woo!
Yeah.
Making trouble over here.
I gotta think about this.
What are you guys doing here?
You know, we're here at a.
Tea.
Yeah. I'm homeless now.
Now you'll have to share
We're
them.
Gourmet Perks, ex Gourmet Perks workers, and now 2 members representing the Workers Collective. Hoping to take it back.
Have you heard about Gourmet Perks? Do you know Gourmet Perks? Have you been there? No. Okay. It's a little restaurant on Merriman Avenue, and they've closed down, and now the workers want to start a Workers Collective and take it over and open it back up,
Oh, cool.
which would be good for Asheville, I think. Very Asheville-ish thing.
You know, the more people do stuff like that, the more people will think, hey, maybe I really could, you know, fire my boss, or at least have some sort of workplace in which I'm treated as a human being with a living wage.
Imagine. Around here, though, jeez.
Yeah, that's Canadian talk right there. Coming out of my mouth.
So what kind of shorts you got there?
All different kinds. I've got like a western and a horror and a documentary and just a whole
Are
bunch.
they all things you've done? Okay.
Yeah. And they're all like under, well, the documentary's like 13 minutes, but the rest are under 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of putting them into segments.
Mhm.
'Cause in my opinion, the shorter the short, the better.
Are you doing an iMovie or are you doing
Final Cut.
Final Cut? Final Cut.
What's the documentary about?
Cowboys in Florida.
Really? Like people that think they're cowboys are actually like cow
No,
wranglers.
actual, like the last few cowboys.
They have
in
cowboys.
Florida.
They have cows there and
Yeah.
cowboys in Florida. Sure do.
I don't know
Yeah,
if this
cow
family,
fields,
this
yeah.
was like, I grew up in Florida, so I grew up around these people, and they had their own small family farm, and it was in this town where I grew up, and the town started developing and growing, because it was kind of a rural area, and then as, you know, from when I was a kid, and then I got
Grew up around
older, and then it just started growing and growing and becoming cemented over and people flooding in there, so, and they didn't own any of the property anymore.
Oh.
Their father sold the land that they owned and told his sons, don't go into farming, find a real job, you can't do this here. And they were like, well, we're gonna do it anyway. And so they rented all the land and
Farmed it.
yeah, farmed and raised cattle, so. And they're like some of the last ones that would herd their cattle on horseback.
Oh wow.
And those people would use like dogs in a truck or whatever, but they still had horses and they still did that.
Like lassos and stuff.
Whips.
Oh cool.
Well,
It
with,
was awesome.
with gas prices the way they are, people may be glad they've still got horses. Those
Oh,
that
yeah.
do. Could be the wave of the future.
Hey, you know. Full circle.
That's right. Nothing lasts forever. And there's only one thing constant, and that's change.
Mm-hmm.
So. And have you noticed that things are more like they are now than they ever have been?
Oh, always.
I noticed that.
Absolutely.
Strange.
All right.
Where that fire dancing, the footage that's back there? Who's doing that? In the background, do you
Yeah.
know? Is that just a generic thing, or did you?
I'm
Is it
doing
somebody's
That
footage?
was at that was
Mine.
I'm doing it with my brain.
that was over at the
Where'd the thing go?
I don't know what the name of the place is. Turtle something or something over in West Asheville. There's like a little compound back in the innermost of the Netherlands of West Asheville. I don't know how to explain it, but they had a friend of mine's band was doing their CD release party, and they had the fire show guys outside, you know,
Yeah.
twirling fire,
That's awesome.
and and the girl that does the hula hoop. Have you seen the girl with the lighting up hula hoop?
I've seen pictures, but I haven't seen like the live thing.
She's one of my favorites. She is good.
Yeah.
And she flips that hula hoop off, and she does it like on her arms and stuff like that. And she'll flip it around in front of her this way, and then she'll flip it, and she'll just stick her arms out and catch it from one elbow to the next out the other, and swap sides. And
Wow.
you've seen the hula hoop.
I taped her.
You had it, yeah.
Yeah,
out-
she's
right
on
out
an
front.
episode of my show.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we got
Okay,
15 minutes.
we've been joined by John, who was not on camera.
What?
Well, yeah, I've got to go. I'm gonna come back later. So why don't you swap and sit over here, and I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Because I think my thing's done.
Well, we'll keep your tea for you then. All right, come on in. Do y'all know John?
No.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Okay.
Chris.
Jasmine.
Also known as future King John, when the revolution to make Western North Carolina an autonomous
Yes.
thing, and we've all decided we'll just let John be king.
It's the wisest choice, right?
Okay.
Perhaps you could tell them about your plans for the area.
Well, I've always been fascinated with the whole modern secessionist movement. There's like 23 states with active secessionist groups in them right now. In fact, Oklahoma, the legislature for Oklahoma recently passed a resolution saying how much they really, really want to secede from America,
Okay.
which I find very, very fascinating.
Particularly considering they're stuck more or less in the middle of it.
Yes,
Yeah, that's.
I'm thinking there may be just like the one strike that breaks everything apart, sort of thing.
Oh, see, it could fracture from there.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Catalyst.
Also, Cascadia in Oregon and Washington State,
Okay.
California, Alaska, Reconquistas in the Southwest, Vermont, New Hampshire, the whole.
Some very conservative states, some of
Oh,
those.
absolutely. Oh, yeah. Vermont especially. Man. They were really uptight up there.
Do you,
It's granola central, I grant you, but however,
No, oh God, I love it. The Green Mountains, little town Brattleboro. I had the best time there. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Now people are gonna go try to open condos there or something.
are you my friend on MySpace, perchance?
No, but I could be.
Okay. All right. So,
Play your cards right, John.
so anyway, considering the unique nature of Western North Carolina, I thought it was high time we had a secessionist movement for the Western North Carolina mountain region.
absolutely, I agree.
Now, I was originally rolling on the name the Blue Ridge Autonomous Zone, which appeals to me because I like Hakeem Bay, but doesn't really roll off the tongue. However, considering that we do live right next to Cherokee County, and this used to be the Cherokee area, I thought the Republic of Cherokee was a much better term and much more inclusive sounding.
It sounds pretty legit, the Republic. Of
Exactly.
You know, like,
And the great thing is, the word republic nowadays is basically a nonsense word. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. So
Exactly.
the same way with liberal, conservative, left, right, democracy.
Constitution.
They're all weasel words. They can mean basically whatever you want
Right,
them to
they're just the they're like throwing gang signs.
mean.
You know?
or like talking to a baby or a dog. It doesn't really matter what you say, it just matters the tone in which you say it at. Democracy.
Right, the Republic.
We're doing this in the name of freedom, so it's going to be completely fine when we protect you from yourself.
Exactly.
All of these checkpoints, please give me your papers. Where are you going to and where are you coming from?
Yeah. Ugh. Well, I like the sound of that. So, so have you got a group going or some sort of
A
type
bit of a
thing?
nascent group. I've been bogged down in some other things. However, I won't have anything ready for this weekend, but I am going to have a secessionist episode of my show. Probably going to be taping that this Saturday. So I'll
You
be able
saw
to
the
run down.
advertisement for his show during the 420 roll, remember?
I was a half-naked guy with a knife.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, okay. And then the girls on your lap. at the
Yes,
end.
yes.
Sweet.
Most people forget your grand entrance for some reason and tend to remember the girls on
You
your
would
lap.
think that image would be seared in brains, quite frankly.
I mean, you know, I
know it- I
personally
know it
like
is
my
mine.
boys, yeah. I remembered.
What'd he say?
What?
Not. Oh, you block it out. Okay.
You block.
Wow.
Jonathan blocks it. I'm very fond of it. I'm very fond of the image. I think that your concept, your motions, your choreography is stunning. You know.
Yeah, did you get Twyla Tharp on that? I mean, God, goodness gracious.
It's pretty fun.
This tea is really
I
good.
need to do another one of those pretty soon. Not quite sure what to do for it yet, but
Yeah, like you say, your granny would enjoy the tea, wouldn't she?
She would, you know, I mean.
And I make a
She's pretty
stout.
agreeable, though.
I make a stout cup of tea as well.
And that's the importance is the strength, you know, eventually.
Well, you don't want weak tea. I try not to serve weak tea. Sometimes it does, because of the nature of the show and as long as it is and as lazy as I am, it does oversteep a bit and it gets bitter near the end of the show. You know, after the tea's been steeping in a couple of hours,
Yeah,
it gets a little.
I like your mug there.
Thank you. The Glow Lady gave me that
It's a
mug.
very nice mug.
Did you see my mug?
That is sweet. I like that. I like the kind of like 70s color scheme on there.
That's true.
Who knows? Maybe it's from the 70s. I don't know.
That'd be rad. Where's your restroom at?
Straight down the hall that way and hang up on left at the end. And all right, now we can talk about her while she's gone.
I heard that.
All right.
So you guys new to your TV or?
My first time, I believe it's hers as well.
Have you heard what they're up to?
No.
Okay, this will kind of ring a chime with you.
Okay.
All right. You're familiar with the coffee shop Gourmet Perks?
Yes.
All right. Well, guess.
Worker Co-op?
That's right.
I read about the news story that they were thinking about doing that. That's very cool. I applaud you for that.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Very cool. Very cool.
And apparently you've read the story. So
I read the blurb about what happened. Yeah.
The doors were
bad.
closed Monday, apparently Monday morning,
It's pretty
so.
shocking.
And these people want to get a collective together and be an owner-operator
Very cool.
situation. And
If I can offer one bit of advice, you might want to talk to the people at Firestorm Cafe.
We've already.
You have.
Well, not quite yet,